Memorial Day is more than a day off from work. It's a day to reflect on what others sacrifice in order to make our country strong. And what better way to honor those who serve than by showcasing the national pastime? Today, we are proud to present the orange and black, paying tribute to the red, white, and blue. It's Memorial Day baseball, and it's all coming up next. The weather is cleared up here on this Memorial Day in Denver as we get ready for Giants-Rockies baseball game 1 of this 3-game series. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, everything looks good for a nice baseball game on this Monday night. And on the mound for the Giants is going to be a rook, Andy Suarez. And Mike, if you were that little guy on his shoulder, what would he be telling Andy Suarez?
Well, he needed to take it up to another level. Right now, Andy Suarez is coming off his last 3 starts where his ERA is 9-0. 14 innings, 14 runs, but 27 guys have gotten on base. In this ballpark, you can't walk, people. He's got to believe his stuff. He's got to trust it and try and give the Giants something they have only had 5 times in the last 20 starts, and that's a start where he goes 6 innings or more.
Good news, behind the dish, Buster Posey. All right, we're in Denver for game 1 of this series. When we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
Fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
All right, back here in Denver, and our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, great time to get to the beach. The Admission Free Boardwalk is open daily. 59 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and there is a chance of rain, but we're in Denver. Of course, there's a chance of rain. Warriors Playoff Central is airing right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, which can be found on the channels listed on your screen. If you can't find Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com or call your TV provider. Here's the Giants lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Hernandez, McCutcheon, and Posey, followed by Belt. Belt will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Longoria, Crawford, and Williamson. Tomlinson will hit 8th and Suarez 9th.
All right, on the hill tonight for the Colorado Rockies will be the right-hander, and that is Chad Bettis. This is what he's done in 10 starts, 4-1 with a 3.30 ERA. The Giants saw him in San Francisco, and they got 3 runs off him in 6 innings. When you take your bats against Bettis, you're going to see a guy that uses 4 pitches, and he uses them about the same. I mean, a fastball that's going to be low 90s, high 80s, 20 change up, curveball, slider, and he'll throw anything, anytime. He's a command guy. He's a control guy.
And the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike. So we get started at 6:05.
Bettis lifetime against the Giants 2-3 with a 4.37 ERA.
And a quick 0-2. Hey, our first time, Mike, to check out the new scoreboard.
Well, it's
pretty
beautiful.
Sweet.
It's beautiful. They have not made any mistakes in this ballpark. Beautiful Coors Field.
Hernandez fouls it out of play, hitting .315 with 5 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Rockies are in first place. The Giants trail them by 3 games. Swinging a foul on one play.
Man, this is a different Rockies team in that. I mean, they're ranked second in defense in the National League. Their staff ERA 4.36 ERA. It's better than the Giants, whose staff ERA is 4.55. But this is a Rockies team that ranks 11th in the league offensively. The Giants, on the other hand, they rank 3rd. They both scored the same amount of runs.
Little jam shot, and this may be trouble. And it is trouble. Yorkis Hernandez found out the ball was carrying to right field, so that's where he went.
All right, let's take a look at the defense the Rockies will employ tonight. It'll be Cuevas, Blackman, Gonzalez. That's your outfield, the best arm in right field with Gonzalez. Story, Arenado, that's your left side of the infield. McMahon and Desmond on the right side. And Chris Iannetta will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
You cannot go to first without smiling at somebody.
Well, you know, when you're hot, you're hot. What did Dusty Baker used to always say? When you're getting jammed, you're going good. Well, he's going good based on that swing.
Here's McCutchen hitting .236. And he pops one up. And Desmond's going to move over, but it's going to be out of play. McCutchen, 3 home runs, 20 driven in. He's 4 for 11 in his career against Chad Bettis.
There was no batting practice today for either team, so we don't really know how the ball is carrying. Remember, they do have a humidor here. They humidify the balls, and there's humidity in the air, so you're not going to get the normal carry that you usually see here at Coors Field, but it's still live.
On the ground, foul.
Let's check out the exit velocity on this swing of the bat, and it was at 39 miles per hour. And I'm not making it up, and that will make you smile.
I'm telling you. I was thinking he's going to go 5 for 5 after that. McCutchen's 2 for 17 on the road trip. Close pitch. Called by Quinn Wolcott, Kellogg, Hudson, and Hoyle from first to third.
And Wolcott's a low ball guy. He's a pretty good breaking ball umpire. He will give corners on both sides of the plate. He usually starts out a little narrow and he widens up as the game goes on. And he can be a bit inconsistent up around the belt. Not a bad zone to pitch to.
Hit to right. And it's going to carry out to Gonzalez. It's amazing. You forget you're at Coors Field because that looked like a bloop. And here's Buster Posey.
When they move the fences back here to accommodate the light air and try to give pitchers a little help, they created a lot of outfield space. But one thing the ball does here is it carries. And the point you just made, San Francisco, it might have been a bloop.
It's a bloop.
Here, routiner, can of corn.
Buster hitting .297 with a couple of home runs, 16 driven in. Had the last 2 days off in Chicago. His hip has been bothering him, and Bruce Bochy really just wanted to let everything calm down. It's a pretty good stretch of games the Giants had without any off days. And within the last week, they've had 2 of them. There's a swing and a miss.
But you know what you hear an awful lot of this time of year? If it was the month of September, he would play. And it really tells you a lot about April and May, is that guys can play through injuries, but why this early in the season? You play through an injury now, it may lead to an injury that puts you on the disabled list. So you err on the side of caution. September, different deal.
And a bit outside. Buster lifetime against Bettis is 3 for 13. The guy that's got ownage on Bettis is on deck, and that's Belt. Low again. It's 2-1.
Pound him in outside corner. The cut. Bettis can give you two types of movement on the fastball, and he believes it. He'll two-seam the ball with movement coming into a righty. He'll cut the ball going away from a righty. He'll do that on both sides of the plate. There you see the numbers spelled against Bettis. 421 lifetime. That's ownage.
And a base hit to right field. Gorkis is going to make the turn. Warriors Playoff Central is airing right now on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus, and you can find that on channels listed on your screen. If you can't find Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com, or you can call your TV provider. Here's Belt. Belt hitting .315 with 11 home runs. Mentioned his ownage. 8 for 19, a couple of doubles and a home run. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Did not challenge him with a fastball. Belt on this trip. Remember, it started out in Houston. Belt is 6 for 18. And a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not a whole lot.
Longoria watching from the on deck circle. And a check swing foul. Well, Belt and any hitter hates that.
Yeah, you kind of feel like you just gave up a strike, which you did. You don't mind giving up a strike if they get both cheeks into a swing, but a check swing, yeah, only one thing worse, and that's if you put it in fair play.
And a nice block by Iannetta. It's 2-2. Giants just finished a 4-game series with the Rockies at home. Rockies won the first 2 games of the series. Giants won the last 2. The Reds just departed. Here's the 2-2. And Belt hits a fly ball to right, not deep. Gorkis is going to try to tag. Gonzalez is going to throw, and it's cut off. And here's Longoria.
Carlos Gonzalez has always had one of the stronger arms in the National League as a right fielder, and it's a very accurate arm. But what Gorkis Hernandez had to do is he had to make him make a hard throw. So he bluffed off third, got the hard throw, was perfect. Stay where you're at.
Longoria 4 for 13. Checked at 4 for 20 on the trip. Mentioned the Reds were in town. The Rockies took 2 out of 3 from Cincinnati. Maybe a foul. It's no balls and 1 strike. Longoria a little anxious.
Let's take a look at the pitch cast. It's brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. And again, starting a lot of guys off from the right side with that first pitch cutter. Outside, inside, outside, inside. Soft stuff away, hard stuff in. When Bettis is right, you won't see many mistakes out over the middle of the plate. He just stays on the corner, lets his movement run out of the strike zone, hopes you chase.
And he comes back in tight again. It's 2-1.
I would imagine even with an open base here that Bettis is going to want to be aggressive with Longoria. As hot as Brandon Crawford has been this month, not a guy you want to face with the bases loaded. And he's on deck.
Hit into left center field. And nobody's going to get there. And it flattens out. And this may allow Buster Posey to score. Otis is sending him in. Here's the throw home. It will be late. And it's 2-0. The 2-out hit that everybody likes to get. And the Giants just got one from Longoria.
Boy, especially early in this game. It was not a mistake out of the middle of the plate. In a 2-1 count, Bettis went right back in on the hands. What it was a nice dig by Evan Longoria. And to do it in a 2-out situation, see him set up inside, that's right to the glove. Bent arm swing, that's money hitting right there. And a nice play from Ron Otis too. He knows Posey's going to get a 2-out jump, but he's below the average running speed. You've got good arms out there in relay with these Rockies. That's a bit of a gamble, and it paid off for him.
Crawford 7 for 16 on the trip, and he takes low. Not had a lot of success against Bettis. He's 2 for 23, but one of those hits was a home run. And a strike. So, Wilcox calling the first strike to him.
Almost looks like that's a speed between the changeup and the fastball. A little BP fastball. Wouldn't surprise me. Bettis has that kind of feel with all of his pitches. He can add and subtract.
Out of play. Mac Williamson on deck. Mike mentioned no BP. Giants got in a little after 2 here in Denver. We all got to bet about 4. There's a pop-up into center field for Blackman. And that'll end the inning. 3 hits for the Giants. The big hit, Longoria. Suarez coming out. By Southwest Airlines. It'll be Blackman, Cuevas, and then Nolan Arenado. Yes, of course. Story, Gonzalez, and Desmond. Ioneta's going to hit 7th, and McMahon, and then Bettis 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the rookie left-hander, Andy Suarez. Suarez 6 feet tall, 190-pounder. And this is what he has done in 6 starts, 1-4 with a 5.68 ERA. Most of his good starts were his first 3. The last 3 he has had some problems. When he's on, you're going to see a fastball that go low 90. He can 2 and 4 seam it. He's got a cutter, which is kind of his hybrid slider. He's got a curveball and a changeup, and he will throw anything at any time. So low 3/4 release. First time he's ever faced the Rockies.
Blackman takes a strike. Advantage at least maybe once around, but after that, hitters adjust pretty quickly. They probably watched every game that he's pitched. Checked out hitters that remind them of themselves.
I mean, you see the guy's arm angle, you're pretty much going to know what his breaking ball angle is going to be.
Blackman takes a strike. He's 12 home runs, 25 runs batted in.
The higher the arm angle, the more acute the break on the breaking ball.
Old foul.
If you have a low 3/4 or a high sidearm delivery, you're going to have a flatter breaking ball. Well, until you get in that batter's box, you don't know what the fastball is going to do. You don't know if it's going to jump at you. You don't know if it's going to naturally have sink or arm side run or cut.
A nice pitch, meaning that Blackman had to think about it. It's 2-2. Got him.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Giants tonight. Playing behind Suarez, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Williamson, Hernandez, and McCutcheon. Good arms across the board. The best one in left field. Crawford, Longoria on the left side. Tomlinson, Belt on the right side. Buster Posey. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Noel Cuevas hitting .309 with a home run. 4 driven in. And he shoots this one into the hole for a base hit. So Cuevas not impressed with that first pitch. And here's Arenado. Arenado at .324, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Again, first time that these two have faced each other. They may have faced each other during the spring. This pitch is cast high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trevor Story to follow. Overshift is on for Arenado. The right side of the infield completely open. Dirt, 2-0. You have to start to be careful. Strike one is always a good idea at any time and in any ballpark. It's pretty important in this park.
Yeah, this one makes you pay for it a little more than others, a lot more than others.
3-0. So he walks.
I think strike one is so important in this ballpark. You say the same thing about Cincinnati or Philadelphia. I mean, there's some live yards. It's not just Coors Field anymore. Arizona.
And the walk.
But not only walks, but just pitching behind. That's really a recipe for disaster. I mean, some pitchers can do it, but not many 24-year-olds.
Story at .236, lots of power, 10 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Cuevas and Arenado aboard. on the ground foul. So Suarez gets back into the strike zone, and it's 0-1. No overshift.
Well, I like that first pitch from Suarez. That's a changeup. Once you get strike one with your off-speed stuff, your curveball, slider, your changeup, now all of a sudden you can try and pinpoint your fastball. Fastball against a club like this in a ballpark like this, much more effective on a corner than it is out over the middle of the plate. And you can do that when you're heading to count 0-1.
This one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike.
What a good 0-1 pitch. I mean, that's his pitch. He's got another pitch to do that here.
To left, and with 1 swing of the bat, the Rockies take the lead. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, like I said, even without batting practice and more humidity in the air than you normally see, it's still Coors Field. Trevor Story's got good TNT in both hands, but he doesn't get his lower body into this. I mean, he's got reach, and it goes halfway up the bleachers in left field. It just gives you an idea how the ball carries in this ballpark. Not that you need an idea.
And I mean, look, that did not scrape the top of the wall either.
No.
So here's Gonzalez. So what would Pete Rose say about now?
It's ought to be a pretty good game. Well,
Gonzalez hitting .241. Overshift is on. And this is bounced to Belt. 2 outs.
And that's a big out. Look, we talked about what has happened the last 3 starts with Suarez. He hasn't been good. 14 innings, he's allowed 27 base runners. I mean, he's got to do better. Well, you're in Coors Field. You give up a 3-run homer the first inning, you got to settle down and get the next guy out. Minimize the damage, and that was a nice out for him to get.
Here's Desmond. Desmond takes a strike. Poor average for Desmond, but still big numbers. But he hit him.
Hit him on the back foot. Little back foot slider. Suarez looks like he doesn't believe it.
I'm not sure Desmond believes it.
I don't think I believe it. I'm not seeing it. Not from that angle.
So here's Iannetta. 221, 4 home runs, 11 driven in. Giants led yesterday in the first inning 3-0. Here it's 3-2 after scoring 2 in the first. 55-minute rain delay. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, let's take a look at the numbers on the Trevor Story home run. Hit it out 100 miles an hour, 409 feet, which puts you halfway up the bleachers.
Well, it might be one of those games, Mike, where you have to rely on the offense. Quick toss. Desmond is back. And that would certainly not be the first time the offense was asked to do that in this ballpark.
It's kind of, I think, the mindset of every offense when you come in here. You have to score some runs. You said it in the open. This Rockies team is a team that's not really reached its potential offensively, but their reputation is always going to be that they can score runs here. But they pitch well, they got a great bullpen, and they catch the ball well. And if you want to play with the Rockies in their yard, that's what you have to do. There's your challenge.
Iannetta cues this one to Tomlinson. That's one of the weirdest ground balls I've ever seen, and that'll end the inning. 5 runs scored here in the first. Giants are coming up.
USAA. Join USAA in honoring our fallen heroes.
3-2 Colorado, second inning. Here's Mac Williamson facing Chad Bettis. And Big Mac takes a call strike. Tomlinson to follow. 2 for 11 on this road trip for Mac Williamson. Out of play. This would be a fun park for Mac Williamson, not just to take batting practice in, but just to try to get the ball in the air. As strong as he is,
I think everybody with power would like to have 300 at bats in this ballpark in a season.
and a little low to even the count. Williamson's faced Bettis twice lifetime. He's 0 for 2. Right up the middle, but McMahon on the overshift is there. 1 out. Pitcher sees that ball go by him. He thinks it's a base hit.
No doubt. But think about it. For 125 years, baseball has taught with 2 strikes, shorten up, go back up the middle. Now it's a big league hang with him. 120 years. That's a base hit. Great at bat. Here's
Tomlinson at 216. And Looks at a strike.
You know, and you see that. Why would you shorten up? You're talking about all the strikeouts in baseball. Well, there's one of the reasons for it right there. Guys aren't shortening up and not going back up the middle with 2 strikes. It's hard to do when you got a guy standing there defending against you.
So an at bat that Tomlinson would like to forget about.
Well, join us for a pregame brunch at AT&T Park on Sunday, June 3rd, hosted by C's Candies. The opportunity to be on the outfield warning track pregame, a box of C Candies lollipops, and a lower box ticket. See the Giants take on the Phillies. Go to sfgiants.com/brunch.
Here's Suarez, who's 0 for 9. He takes a strike.
And he's looking for his first big league knock.
Well, in order to get that, you know what you have to do?
You have to swing.
1 and 2.
But for a guy who's got 0 experience as a hitter, tough to learn how to hit for the first time when you're at the big league level.
8th grade.
8th grade, last time he had at bats.
And this is dribbled back to Bettis. And that'll end the inning. Suarez comes back out. It's 3-2 Colorado.
Brought to you by Redwood Credit Union. Redwood Credit Union offers full-service banking for all that you love. Federally insured by NCUA.
Here in Denver, it's a 3-2 lead for the Rockies. Ryan McMahon, Chad Bettis, and then Charlie Blackmon to face Andy Suarez. McMahon hitting out of the 8th spot, takes a called strike. Suarez throws the next pitch down low. Shoots this one past Tomlinson for a base hit. Smart Play is brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers. On this date 20 years ago, with the Giants leading by 2 runs at the bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, bases loaded. Buck Showalter had Barry Bonds intentionally walked to not get a run. The next batter, pinch hitter Brett Main, hit a line drive to right field for the last out of the game. Olsen got the save. D-backs won 8-7.
I loved how John Vanderwall caught that ball in right field. Brett Main, I mean, he hit that ball on the nose.
Yeah, he did.
But hey, Buck Showalter came out smelling like a rose on it.
I don't think any of us thought that it was a really stupid idea.
No, I think we all thought it was a pretty good play.
Bettis takes wide. Suarez has got to throw a strike. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, I'm being corrected. That was Brent Breed, who looked an awful lot like John Vanderwall in right field. But thank you for the guys in the truck. Keep me honest.
Bunted. Foul.
I should know that. I mean, our producer Jeff Kuiper, he's a Dutchman, and he knows all the Dutchmen who are playing now and who have ever played.
Well, he knows what they look like in uniform.
Yeah. So thank you, Jeff.
But I like the way our guys in the truck correct us. They have every right to go, hey, you knucklehead, it was not Vanderwall. They'll go, you know, it might have been that other guy, that Brent guy.
Yeah. I remember that guy.
And this is a good bunt. And Posey will throw him out.
One thing you definitely appreciate in the National League is a good bunt. From anybody, but your pitcher, that's got to be the one thing that they have to be responsible for. And that indeed was a perfect textbook bunt.
You know, eventually guys figure it out, but it's just as much of their job to do that as it is to get strike one or to get an out.
It's the little things.
Blackman fouls it out of play.
I mean, when you're out there in the mound, you've got a lot of things to think about. I mean, you're not only trying to upset the rhythm of the guy in the batter's box, you're trying to upset the rhythm of the guy on base. So you got to be thinking about that. Command of 5 or 6 different movements, field your position.
Blackman takes a strike at 92, and it's 0-2.
In the American League, I mean, up for a few interleague games, you really don't have to worry about the responsibilities in the batter's box. But it's a big part of your game. You just can't ignore that if you're in the National League and you're a pitcher.
Out of play as Suarez comes back into the strike zone again.
Man, he just doesn't need to get back in the strike zone on an 0-2 count, especially against a guy like Blackman. And that's, you know, when you get up to this level, you realize the strength of this level, the speed of this level. Now it's up to you to get up to that strength level and learn how to deal with that speed. And learn how to take advantage of 0-2 counts. Learn how to take advantage of 1-2 counts. And you don't do it by leaving them up in the strike zone.
And another 1-2. Hit up the middle. Crawford is there. Blackman's out. McMahon to third. Cuevas coming up. He got in a little bit on Blackman, I think.
Down and in with a fastball. And there's no doubt in my mind that Andy Suarez is going to be a big league pitcher for a long time. But he's in the process of learning what it takes to pitch up here. He's learning at the big league level.
Cuevas saw one pitch and drove a single into left field in the first. Here he takes a strike. Runs the next pitch inside. Arenado's on deck. Torres gets the sign from Posey. Nice block by Buster.
Well, that's a run right there. There's a lot of room behind home plate here. Just uses every bit of that glove. Looked like I hit him on the heel. When you get a ball coming up that high, good luck. You're on your own.
Longoria grabs it to end the inning as Cuevas hits it right on the button. Life ain't fair. Hernandez to lead it off. It's 3-2. Rockies.
Brought to you by the Habit Burger. Try the new Guacamole Crunch Char Burger at the Habit Burger Grill. It's not the same without the flame.
3-2 lead for the Rockies. Is Gorkys Hernandez will lead things off. Gorkys hits a high drive to left. Back is Cuevas. It is out of here. And this game is tied. We're going to have to add up the two distances on the two balls that Gorkys has hit tonight.
Well, one he hit at 39 miles per hour. This one a whole lot higher. Let's take a look at the pitch he gets. They set an outside target, and that's just a gift. At 81 miles per hour, he's not fooled. Gets a lot of hands, a lot of back leg. Stay hot, Gorkys Hernandez.
As McCutchen takes a strike, home run number 6. Remember, he didn't have any last year.
Well, he was hurt.
On the ground, a fair ball. Here's Arenado's throw, and not being able to hang on to it is Desmond. Otherwise, it'd have been a great play, and McCutchen's got a hit.
Well, we've come to expect miracles from this guy at third base, and this would have been one of those you could add to the list of miracles we've seen him make over the years defensively.
I'm just shocked he didn't throw it all the way in the air.
I mean, you're right. Got not only one of the strongest arms, one of the more accurate arms.
So here's Buster Posey. McCutcheon with his lead. Buster takes low. Buster drove a ball right past Desmond for a base hit in the first, and then he was on base and scored when Longoria doubled. Not close. 2-0.
Nice dig out of the dirt there by Iannetta. The momentum of the ball really cocked his shoulders as he caught it on a backhand, and he immediately comes up thinking, I'm in position to throw. Is there an opportunity at first base? He's got a great arm.
Belt on deck. Starting to rain, I think. I'm not worried about this one. This one is just a reminder of where you're at. That's it.
Well, it is Denver. And stuff comes in here rather quickly, but it leaves.
This is a mister.
Is that a Wisconsin term?
That is an Arizona term. It's the only time I ever heard it.
Oh,
You turn the misters on. Posey on the ground to third. Arenado knocks it down. He's going to pick it up. No throw. So we'll see if the official score here has the nerve to give Arenado an error.
I did. E5. Yeah, he kind of got into a do or die situation with a high backhander that comes up on him. But his hands are so soft, you just don't ever see a clang, and this had some clang to it.
Yeah, I don't look. I think it's an error, but that's not an easy play. Here's Belt. Belt popped out to right field in the first. Swing. Longoria to follow. Belt on the ground. They'll try to turn this one. That's one. And they got him.
Well, you never bet against a shortstop's arm because they always seem to be able to add. Story's got one of the best arms on this Rockies team. And he just reached back and let her go and got the out. I didn't think he had a chance to get him.
Here's Longoria. Longoria came up with a really nice 2-out hit in the first. He's going to try to do it again here in the third.
Pretty straight away in the outfield. Slight pull on the left side of the infield and defending Longoria.
Look out. Straightens him up and evens the count. Dodgers and Phillies are underway in Los Angeles. The Phillies have dropped a 4 spot on the Dodgers. It's 4-0. Longoria dribbles one foul.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers on Gorkys Hernandez home run. He hit it 98 miles per hour. It's about 60 miles per hour harder than his first hit. Went 382. Number 6. And that's a 10-game hit streak. He already confirmed that on the first at bat tonight. Great block with a runner at third.
2-2. It's 52 pitches, now 53 for Bettis. Fair ball to Arenado. And that'll end the inning. Hernandez ties the game up with his 6th home run of the season as it sails into the bleachers and left. And with that home run, it's 3-3. Rockies are coming up. Three-three ball game. Here's Suarez to go after Nolan Arenado. And the first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Arenado drew a walk, and he was on base when Story hit the home run. Story's on deck, and then Gonzalez. Right back to where it came from. And that's almost like a gift on 2 pitches.
Yeah, it is. That's better than a strikeout. All right, next homestand, the Giants are going to take on the Diamondbacks, and on Monday, June 4th, we celebrate Korean Heritage Night. The special event package will include a ticket to see the Giants take on the Diamondbacks and a Korean Giants t-shirt. Reminder, to receive the t-shirt, you need to buy a ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events and you can get that ticket.
Story hit the home run into left field. So facing Suarez now for the 2nd time. Overshift is on, and it's wide. 1-0. Swing.
Good changeup. One thing we've learned about Andy Suarez, I mean, he's not intimidated by the environment. We saw him pitch probably his best game in Arizona when it was playing very lively. Nice 2-pitch sequence, changeup outside down around the knees, then elevate a fastball above the letters.
Yeah, look, if you look at him from the outside in, the big stage doesn't seem to bother him.
gave up a 3-run homer in the first inning. The fact that he settled right in, got the next guy out, hit a guy, it was kind of a bad break, but then he closed out the inning. I mean, those are things that managers and pitching coaches watch. And you hear both managers and pitching coaches say you want to find out how a guy competes, and that's one of those times when he tells you. He's a little ticked off about the home run. Well, you got to compete against the next guy, and then the next guy after that, and so on and so on.
Longoria knocks it down. Not in time. Dave Fleming is on assignment. John Miller will be in with Mike, innings 4, 5, and 6. I'll head over to the TV side and be back here in the 7th. There's Darren Chan.
John's got his Memorial Day hat. Special day for John Miller, who lost his father in the Korean War when he was 1.5 years old.
Here's Gonzalez. I see that right? They gave Story a hit.
Wow.
Well, they don't have an error up there for.
All right. I mean, that's got to be an error.
It has to be an error.
That'll change.
Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's a 2-hopper. I mean, look, this is a tough infield. The ball will explode on you, but that's an error.
Yeah, that's what they rule. Up the middle. Off the glove of Tomlinson. And it'll be runners at the corners. Unforgiving.
Now that's a hit. You know, over the years here, but we've seen this infield to where it was just the hardest infield in the league. It's like a parking lot. You thought, well, why would you do that? You're not giving the pitchers anything. I mean, now it's still fast. It's slower than it once was, but the comment you made about unforgiving, it's an example of it right there. You don't give your infielders much range when you have an infield that has that type of speed.
Desmond was hit on the foot in the first inning. He takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. First and third, 1 out. Down low. Nice play by Buster Posey. Iannetta is on deck. Tap foul, 2-1. Crawford Tomlinson looking for a double play ball. The pitch that Suarez wanted Desmond to swing at to get the double play ball. The 3-1. On the ground and a base hit. Sharp single up the middle. Rockies take the lead. Walks and errors, you can't do it here.
Now you can't. They have a way of really coming back to haunt you here. Nice inside out approach from Desmond. another example of the type of speed that this infield has. Yeah, I think we've seen this infield a little shaggier the last several years. Since they put the humidor in, I think they may have put a quicker infield back in this ballpark. That is something you have the decision to do as the home team. You can make that infield as fast or as slow as you want.
Iannetta rolled out to Tomlinson. He takes a strike.
Grass, how high you cut it. The dirt, how soft or how hard it is out in front of home plate. Those are all things you have control of if you're the home team.
Oh, and 1 to Iannetta. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I've seen infields where the right side of the infield, the second baseman, the first baseman didn't have great range. Well, half the infield was cut higher, slowed the ground balls down.
And a strike, 1 and 2. So Gonzalez at second and Desmond at first, a run in. There's McMahon, who's on deck. Got it.
Good breaking ball. Second strikeout for Suarez. And that's where you want a guy to swing at it. Start it below the strike zone, let your movement take it below the zone, let him chase. In order for a big league hitter to chase, you've got to have some quickness at the end of that break. That was a good one.
McMahon picked up a base hit in the second. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Suarez has a base to play with, but in this ballpark, doesn't matter who's coming up. You hate to see the bases loaded. And the 0-1, here it is. Pitch down to 2.
Rockies like this young player. Your Belinda.
Got him. And that'll end the inning. McMahon can't believe it. Rockies take the lead. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th.
is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
4-3 Rockies. We're going to the top of the 4th inning on Memorial Day here in Denver. And right now we'd like to welcome in our old pal, John Miller. Welcome.
Hey, thanks. Nice to see you. Missed you in Houston and Chicago, and everybody was asking about you, especially in Chicago.
It's hard not to go back there.
They took it personally. The curveball for a swinging strike one to Brandon Crawford.
Just know that I wish I could be there.
Crawford has been so hot in the month of May. Giants fans know all about that. A little light rain is falling once again here at Coors Field, by the way. But as he takes outside for a ball, this is a pitcher who has plagued him over the years. He's had only 2 hits in 24 lifetime at bats against Chad Bettis. And the count goes to 2-1. That one in the dirt.
Well, he's seeing the ball well right now. I mean, he's a tough out for anybody, even guys that have had some ownage on him. Yep. Good day to have a slicker on.
Slickers all over the ballpark. Nice backhanded grab by Desmond. Bettis covering. Crawford hit that one sharply. But he's 0 for 2 in this game.
Well, I think the toughest play is a high backhander that comes up on you. That's exactly what Desmond gets. Squares up, underhand. You want a flip that goes above the belt to the pitcher covering first. Job well done. That's why the underhand throw. I mean, it's much easier to throw high from underhand than it is overhand.
Here's Arenado. What a play. Well, he's the Gold Glover year in, year out in the National League, and he showed why there.
Well, and he's playing back in respect to the power that Williamson has. And a swing and bunt, I mean, for most third basemen, that's just a base hit. And for Arenado, what is so unique about him is how much he can get on the ball in that play. And he made it look easy, and it's not.
Kelby Tomlinson now. That's a base hit to right field. And Cargo wanted to throw him out at first, but Desmond was not at the bag. He came up ready to throw, and then Desmond was several feet off the bag, so he refrained.
Well, they had Gonzalez playing shallow in right field. And with his arm, I mean, he's always going to think, even with a guy like Thomason who's got great speed, he's going to think he can have a chance.
How many times have you seen a guy thrown out at first base from the outfield?
Probably a half dozen.
Cargo, he really wanted to do it right there.
It almost happened to me in my first big league hit.
No.
Yep.
And somebody made a play on you?
Yeah, Jeff Burrows is playing right field.
Here's Suarez, and that's ball 1.
Buzz Capra, a pitcher for the Braves. He throws it up. I hit a line drive to right field. I'm going, yeehaw, daddy, I got a salve. He's going to throw me out. And it was bang, bang. But that was my first big league knock. That'd have been bad.
Called a strike to Suarez. When we were in Wrigley Field, you know, they have new dugouts at Wrigley now.
They look nice.
They're big.
They look like Coors Field dugouts.
And my favorite story from the old Wrigley, Willie Mays had a bet with, I don't know, with Russ Hodges, $500 bet about whether Ron Herbel would get a hit outdoors that year or not. Herbel was one of the worst hitting pitchers of all time, had only 2 hits in his career, both at the Astrodome. And he rips one into right field at Wrigley Field. And Willie jumps up and hits his head in the dugout, and it knocks him out.
Good Lord.
He's out cold, and that meant when he went out cold, he thought he was out $500, but the right fielder threw out Ron Herbel. Bettis throws out Suarez. He woke up a little woozy. They said, hey, you don't owe anybody $500. Congratulations.
Better than an aspirin.
may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
There's the Rocky Mountain stream out in center field in the Christmas tree farm. I always like it when a guy hits a home run out into the Christmas tree farm. Stream the Giants on the go, by the way. Great news, Giants fans. This season, once again, you can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. I thought we were just showing that because it's so beautiful out there. But it went so beautifully with the streaming spot.
It did.
I wasn't going to read it.
I love that thing they have out there behind the wall. And that pond right there, I never forget when Barry Bonds hit a home run out there. They went out there to go look for it. And they went down there, and there was about 90 balls down there that had been hit over the year from batting practice. But it is, it does give you a sense that you are on the Rocky Mountains.
Chad Bettis, second time in a row that he's taken 2 pitches out of the strike zone to start his at bat. He was trying to bunt and move the runner up in the second inning, and finally he did. That's in their strike 2 call. 4-3, the Rockies lead the Giants. An unearned run for Colorado in the 3rd inning as a result of the error charge to Longoria. Tough errors both on Longoria and Arenado. These are 2 of the premier third basemen in the game. They both got tough in between hops in the same inning.
I don't think it's a night that favors the infielder at all. This is a very fast, explosive infield.
And that is all for Chad Bettis.
Well, speaking of Barry Bonds, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Rami. On this day 12 years ago, Barry Bonds hit career home run number 715 off Young Kim of the Rockies to pass Babe Ruth on the all-time list.
Here comes Charlie Blackmon. Blackmon is struck out and grounded out to Brandon Crawford. He takes a called strike. That was the day that Dave Fleming was on the radio for the historic call, and his mic went out. Still one of the great unsolved mysteries. Everything else stayed on. You can hear the roar of the crowd. Everything except Dave's mic, and they could hear Dave in their earphone. The mic itself was actually working. In the booth itself, they could hear Dave's call.
A total conspiracy. Total conspiracy.
0-2 the count to Blackmon. Blackmon, you think he was happy to be home this weekend? He had 2 hits in each of the 3 games against the Reds. Strike 3 call.
That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Suarez. And he is locked into a rhythm where he is just painting the corners down at the knees right now. And this is a perfect 2-strike pitch. See ya.
It's twice that Blackmon has been called out on strikes. And our computerized strike zone is reading those as strikes. So 2 down. Here is Cuevas, who has singled to left and lined out to third. Blackmon is not buying that computerized strike zone argument, though. Cuevas bluffs the bunt, takes ball 1.
I think if you ask any big league player if you would like to have an electronic strike zone, it would be overwhelming. Yes, we would.
Yes. And then if he'd had one there, he might not have been too happy with it. Not hit that hard. Tomlinson throws him out. Best inning of the game for Andy Suarez. On to the 5th, top of the order coming up. Gorkis Hernandez. Now the timeless moment brought to you by Coors Banquet. On this date 67 years ago, Willie Mays, still looking for his first career hit, was facing another future Hall of Famer, Warren Spahn, and he got his first career hit. It was a home run. He hit more home runs against Spahn in his career subsequently than against any other pitcher. That was the first of 18 home runs for Willie Mays against Warren Spahn. Gorkis Hernandez, drilled one and into an out, caught by Desmond. Of course, he had one that he hit 39 miles an hour in the first inning, on which he got a base hit.
Yeah, it evens out. But another great at bat from Gorkis Hernandez. I mean, I really look forward to his at bats now.
He is so hot. Another 2-hit game for him. He had 2 last night in Chicago. He had 3 Saturday in Chicago.
But you can just see the way he gets in the batter's box. I mean, he knows he's going to square it up. And that's the kind of body language that you can smell when you're pitching to it.
McCutchen skies one. Blackman 2 down. McCutchen is now 1 for 3. He had an infield hit in the 3rd. He also lined hard to the right fielder in the 1st. So here's Buster Posey, who has singled and reached on an error by Nolan Arenado. .299 average for Buster. Giants down by a run, 4-3. Chad Bettis on the mound for the Rockies. Outside ball 1. He started to settle in a little bit after Gorkis hit the home run in the 3rd to lead off the inning. Then he got into trouble on the McCutchen hit and then the error by Arenado, but Giants have not done much against him since then. Right to the second baseman, McMahon. And the Giants are gone in order. And he hardly broke a sweat in that inning. Arenado will be coming up.
All military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Coors Field, Denver on Memorial Day 2018. The Giants and the Rockies 4-3. Colorado is leading and the power is up as we go to the last of the 5th inning. And right now Suarez seems to have found himself, but we'll know more after we see this at bat from Arenado, who has walked and bounced one right back to Suarez. And the curveball is off the outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Trevor Story is on deck. Arenado hitting well over 300 and getting a lot of walks. There's Story. High in the air to right, moving laterally toward the foul line. McCutchen, 1 away. McCutchen was way over into right center. So 1 down. Here's Story, who launched a 3-run homer in the first inning.
Now, an impressive home run. It's just hand strength. I mean, he gets out front, kind of gets off his back leg with a little slide, but the hands stay back and he unloads. And it gives you an idea why his consistent double-digit home run totals are no fluke, not with that type of hand strength.
11 home runs for the year now. 9 of them have been in this ballpark. So like a lot of Rockies, he has a real comfort level here. Into the upper deck, although such is not the case so far this year anyway, with his teammate Charlie Blackmon, at least when it comes to home run. Blackmon has only 1 home run here this year and 11 on the road, which that just doesn't compute with me. I'm stunned by that.
It's an odd stat, and the only way you can explain it is just say, oh, that's baseball. But it is impressive, especially when you're. Last year he was one of the finalists for MVP votings. That's the type of a statistic that will definitely bring guys over to your side, even though you have a lot of home runs, but that you play in Denver. For the longest time, Denver has really not helped hitters who've had great years because of how lively this ballpark is. But that stat alone, I mean, it gives credibility basically to Blackmon because he's getting more home runs on the road than here at Coors Field.
That's a good point. Story now with a count of 2-2. Carlos Gonzalez is on deck. Story had 37 home runs last year. That's that and a real high batting average. And he's on pace for about the same number of home runs so far this year. Doing it again, but most of those home runs have been on the road. 2-2. And he got him to chase one of those high fastballs for strike 1 the last time Story was up there, but not since.
Well, I mean, that's a pitch to the scout report. That's a good pitch. Because of just what you said, he got 1 strike. Why not go up there again in a 2-strike count? You may get him again.
Back out of play. 3-2 the count. Giants have 3 infielders shifted to the left side of second. You see Cargo on deck. There's the Giants defensive alignment. The outfield is deep, pretty much straight away. Only Belt is on the right side of the infield, and he's equidistant between second and third. Strike 3 call. And again, our strike zone said, yeah, good call.
Quinn Walcott is a low ball umpire. He will give some widths on either side of the plate. This thing is right there, down and in. And I mean, that is a perfect pitch. And in a 3-2 count, hitters will always argue it. Pitchers are always defend it.
Now Walcott didn't ask him to, or didn't order him to pick up his bat.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Here is Cargo, and he takes a called strike. Got the low strike there.
All right, take a look. I mean, that's just caressing the inside corner of the strike zone.
0-1 the count. Did he swing? An appeal? Yes. James Hoy, the third base umpire, made the call. It's 0-2 now. 2 down, nobody on. The Giants with 3 infielders bunched up on the right side, and Longoria is over at shortstop. Crawford is actually playing the second base position now. In the dirt outside. Now, with a 1-ball 2-strike count, Longoria and Crawford flip-flop. You have to ask how that works. 1-2. Way inside.
Well, one thing that the Giants know, as every other team in the league that faces Carlos Gonzalez, for left-handed pitchers, he will chase breaking balls out of the strike zone. That has always been tough for him to lay off breaking balls down below the zone.
2-2 the count. Struck him out. And he went out of the zone on a low fastball that time on the inside.
Down and in heater. Perfect. 7th strikeout.
On to the 6th. Brandon Belt coming up.
Pitcher's going to be Jeff Samardzija, the right-hander, taking on Kyle Freeland, the left-hander. Take a look at their records so far this year. Samardzija 1-3, Freeland 4-5, and you'll see that game right here. And that's our Wells Fargo. A look ahead.
Brandon Belt comes up. Belt is 0 for 2. A pop fly to shallow right and a ground ball double play. Bell was 0 for 2 11 days ago when the Giants faced Bettis in San Francisco. The Giants in the 6th inning were down 3-1 to Bettis. And then Bell came up and hit a 2-run homer to deep right center. And that tied that ball game. So let's see if history will repeat itself here. Belt has had a history of doing pretty well against Bettis in the past. Came into this game hitting .421 lifetime against him. That's a foul tip. 2-1 now.
Not giving in to him on the 2-0 count with that changeup. During this hot streak from Brandon Bell, you haven't seen him reach a whole lot. He hasn't been fooled by a mixture of speeds.
Arenado is over at, or no, that's Story. Bell. Now with a 2-2 count.
2-0 changeup, 2-1 cutter.
Longoria on deck. Brandon Crawford due third. And he rips a base hit to right field.
Nice leadoff at bat.
It's his 9th career hit and 22 at bats versus Bettis. So here's Longoria, who started the scoring in this game when he hit a shot into the gap in left center to knock in 2 runs with a double. Grounded out to third his next time. He's 1 for 2. 8 homers, 26 batted in. He leads the club with 15 doubles. Down the right field line, foul. Tomorrow's game, 5:40 first pitch. California time, Pacific Daylight Time, also 5:40 on Wednesday, after which the Giants will come home. And the Fightin' Phils will be coming in on Friday at AT&T Park. Reese Hoskins and company. Into the gap again. Left center field. 2 hops to the wall. Belt to third. He's being waved. Story will not make a throw. Another double. And the third RBI of the game for Longoria. 4-4.
Talked about Chad Bettis is a guy that doesn't make a lot of mistakes out over the middle, and this is the second one this inning. I mean, that is right there on a tee, and Longoria, who's seeing him well, just drops the head. And Blackman, the center fielder, I mean, he had none chance. And Brandon Belt scoring from first on a double. He would leak in oil by the time he got to home plate.
106 miles an hour off the bat of Evan Longoria. Man, he smoked that one. Here's Crawford. Check swing. Did he go? No, says James Hoy. Not this time.
Hey, the air's thin up here. He showed a picture of Brandon Belt, Giants dugout, and he was looking for some air.
Well, you know, I asked Longoria, I said, have you played here before, having been a career American leaguer? He said, yeah, a couple of times. I said, how'd you like this ballpark? He says, well, I like it all right, but I need oxygen. That's back to Bettis over to third, and he got him. Then the wild throw to first. Crawford will have to go back as the carom came right back to Desmond. Well, Bettis fielded his position extremely well there, and he was able to throw out Longoria, who was just sure that ball was going to get past him.
You know, if you're a runner at second base, the rule is if the ground ball's in front of you, you stay there. If it's behind you, you go. And he's reading that ball off the bat. He's thinking it's going to be behind him. He's not counting on Bettis making the good play. But then it's kind of an awkward play because of how far Arenado was off the line. He never did get back to the base.
So here is Mac Williamson. 0-1. Williamson has grounded out to second, and then he was victimized by Arenado. He made an outstanding play to get him from behind third base back in the fourth. So he's 0 for 2. Crawford, the runner at first. 1 out in the inning. That's a ball and a strike now. 4-4, 6th inning. Giants have 8 hits in this game now, but they're not getting many with runners in scoring position. 1 hit in 6 at bats with a runner at second or third or both. Longoria has knocked in 3 of the 4 runs. Crawford dives safely back.
That's one thing about you see the shifts put on. You see guys moved way out of position. It alters the way that a play can be made. See 3 infielders on the left side of second base here in defense of Williamson. Ooh. That was a mistake he got away with. With Crawford up, they had Arenado way off the line at third base. Bettis, I mean, when he got that ball, he's thinking play at third. It wasn't that easy for Arenado to get back and get in position to make that play.
And he foul tipped that ball. Still alive.
You see Arenado at third. And you see where he got the ball, and he never could get back to the base. I mean, it wound up being a pretty good play just because of the timing of the play. Chad Bettis didn't really have that much margin for error.
No, I guess he didn't get that ball. Not a foul tip. So Williamson swung and missed at a ball in the dirt that time. Badly fooled. And here comes Tomlinson. Crawford at first, and that's a base hit. Got a curveball, and he drilled it. Second straight hit for Tomlinson. And Pablo Sandoval is going to come up now. Giants bullpen is busy with Reyes Moronta warming up. And Pablo's going to hit for Suarez. There is Moronta out near the Christmas tree farm.
Pablo Sandoval in Wrigley Field beating out what looked like a pretty routine play in Wrigley Field. They get the time on that because that's max effort right there.
An RBI on that one.
And high fives, attaboys, and applause for Andy Suarez in the dugout. Boy, did he absolutely settle down after the first inning. 7 strikeout night, 5 innings. Job well done.
2 men on. Giants have tied the ball game, looking for a clutch hit here from Pablo. Called strike 1.
He gave up a 3-run homer in the first inning, and you're wondering how's he going to go? How's he going to handle this? What's he going to go? What's he going to do from here? And after that, he gave up 1 unearned run.
Base hit to left field. Crawford's going to be waved by Wotus. Here comes a throw. Cut off to throw to third. And it would have been late anyway, but not handled by Story. Pablo Sandoval delivers in the clutch. And Kelby Tomlinson, with some very daring base running, makes it into third. 5-4 Giants.
Wow, and Pablo Sandoval just makes the move from Bruce Bochy look good. And with that swing of the bat, Steve Foster, the pitching coach for the Rockies, going to come out and try and calm things down. There is no activity yet in the Rockies bullpen, although we're starting to see a few guys move around. But Sandoval, we've seen him use that side of the field from the left side a lot. And going to left here paid off for him big. And Andy Suarez has a chance to get a win tonight. So watch the pitch on the outside corner with 2-seam movement going away. Just go with the movement the opposite way. A 2-out jump from Crawford. No doubt about Ron Wotus sending Crawford. And there's the daring play you're talking about, John, with Kelby Tomlinson getting the third.
So here is Gorkys Hernandez. And a high pop-up along the right field line. And Cargo gets there just in fair territory to retire Gorkys and the Giants. But 2 runs score, 5-4 Giants.
Of there until there's a cure day presented by Gillard Sciences and the Giants Community Fund. In 1994, the Giants became the first ever professional sports team to host an HIV/AIDS awareness game. So join us at the ballpark as we honor those that have made this annual fundraiser for AIDS prevention, education, care, and services possible.
Reyes Moronta in from the bullpen in relief of Suarez. And there's ball one. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
New pitcher now for the Giants, Reyes Moronta. 23rd time he's come in this year. He's having a good, solid season. 15 hits allowed, 23 2/3 for the hard thrower.
Softly hit. Tomlinson. Oh, man, that took a really bad hit.
Well, that's another example of how hard the infield is. Nothing has been easy for any infielder tonight. Charge it. He knows he's got to hurry because of the speed of Desmond. The ball not hit hard, but watch it come up. I don't think he ever touched it with his glove. That ball hits him up on the above the wrist.
And they're going to charge him with an error.
Well, they should. They should have left the tarp off there in the rain. A little hard out there.
And ball one to Ionetta.
Moronta, a hard thrower. He'll give you mid to high 90s. Curveball and a slider.
Giants leading 5-4 in the last of the 6th inning.
Got to watch Desmond.
And he was late on that fastball at 96 miles an hour. McMahon, the rookie, is on deck. Giants bullpen is busy again. Back of Moronta, the left-hander Will Smith now throwing out there. Back to the screen. Strike two. There's Will Smith with Matt Hergis, the bullpen coach, alongside. Hergis has warmed up in these bullpens many a time over the years. And Musgrove, Harrison Musgrove, the left-hander up in the Colorado pen. This could be trouble. Down the left field line, and it's in the foul ground and almost caught by Longoria. He never gave up on that one and almost tracked it down.
Might have been close to 50 yards trying to trail this thing down. You do have a lot of room on the sides if you're a corner infielder or outfielder. And Longoria almost pulled it off.
Now he may need some oxygen. Harrison Musgrave, by the way, warming up in the Colorado bullpen. Not Musgrove, Musgrave. And in our case, we must get it right.
We must.
That's our job. 1-2 to Ionetta. Giants made a move today, bringing up Derek Rodriguez from the minor leagues from AAA Sacramento. There he is out in the bullpen. Derek, the son of Hall of Famer Ivan Pudge Rodriguez, the great catcher, was drafted as an outfielder by the Twins, but then converted him into a pitcher in 2014. The highest level he ever got to with the Twins was AA. Strike three with the off-speed pitch.
That's a good curveball. And that's going to be it.
Pudge Rodriguez, Hall of Famer, one of the all-time great catchers and one of the great arms. He was a weapon behind the plate, and he had power.
He's one of those guys, when you watch him play, you knew you were watching a future Hall of Famer. There's just no doubt about it. And he indeed is a Hall of Famer. Well, tonight, his son is a big leaguer.
Derek Rodriguez, who also has a very strong arm, needless to say. Will Smith in for the bullpen with McMahon due up. We'll be right back. From Coors Field in Denver. And the new pitcher for the Giants is Will Smith in relief of Moronta with a runner at first, one out. And the left-handed hitter coming up, McMahon.
Great numbers for Will Smith in his first 11 games since coming off the disabled list. He's been fantastic. 11 strikeouts in 9 2/3. Fastball, curveball, slider basically, but really acute angles with all of them. Been very, very consistent to the strike zone with all of his pitches.
Gerardo Parra has come out on deck with the pitcher due up next. Desmond, who is a threat to steal, back to the bat. The Rockies have done well. Not that they have been real prolific in terms of base hitting, but they've had 33 steals. They've only been thrown out 7 times. It's a foul out of play. And Desmond, the runner at first, is one of those guys who can steal. He's had 5 steals for them. Second most on the team. There's Desmond at first. The first base coach, Tony Diaz, chatting with him. McMahon has singled to center and struck out looking. One of the top prospects in the Rockies farm system. 1 ball, 1 strike now. There goes the runner. A swing and a miss, and the throw into center field. Now Desmond belatedly heading for third, and he makes it.
It looked like Posey kind of hooked this ball. As he comes out, he doesn't get into a high position with his arm and throws a one-hop sinker. Now, Desmond does not get a great jump off of second base. I don't know if you saw this ball initially. That's a late start.
To first, belt to the plate, boom, and he just ran right around home plate.
I knew if he went straight to the base or to the plate, he was going to be out. Put a smile on Buster Posey, as well as the umpire, Quinn Wolcott. A little entertainment right there. That's the one thing about Brandon Belt, he not only has a great glove over there, but he can throw. That's perfect. So now we have the Aztec two-step dance, and Desmond does it well. Not well enough.
But Buster knows he doesn't have to leave home plate. The guy has nowhere to go except to home plate. But he was juking and jiving, and Buster finally tagged him out. Here is Gerardo Parra now. Evening is over for Chad Bettis. Parra, veteran, left-handed hitter, 276 average with 3 home runs, a 321 on base average.
Be interesting to see if they try and steal McMahon here.
Well, probably not at this point, as Williamson has it. So good work there. They had a runner at third, 1 out, and they do not score. 5-4 Giants. Today, on this Memorial Day, USAA honors our fallen heroes.
Toyota dealer through 6 full innings of play. It is the Giants 5 runs on 10 hits. The Rockies 4 runs on 5 hits. 4 errors in the game tonight. And the star of the show really has been Evan Longoria, 2 for 3 with a couple doubles, 3 RBIs. And Andy Suarez gave up 3 in the first inning, settled down, gave him 5, gave Bochy 5 solid innings, struck out 7. And that's our Toyota game summary. Right now, when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. New pitcher now for these Rockies is going to be Harrison Musgrave, the left-hander, former starter who has been converted to a relief guy, a 4-pitch pitcher, and here to tell you all about it once again, my pal Dwayne Kite.
All righty, and McCutcheon stands in with a count of no balls and 1 strike. And it's low. McCutcheon, 1 hit, 3 at bats. And McCutcheon fouls it at the plate. Buster Posey on deck, and then Belt is a good spot in this lineup to add an insurance run or 5.
Or 5.
2-2. Bettis started. Now it's Musgrave. Foul back for the Giants. Suarez started, and Smith. Turns out Suarez ended up striking out 7.
I thought he did great. I mean, he could have gone either way after the first inning, giving up a 3 spot, considering what he had done the previous 3 starts. He had 3 rough starts.
And McCutchen got fooled and strikes out swinging. Well, on the next homestand Sunday, June 3rd, the first 35,000 fans are going to receive a 60th anniversary Willie McCovey bobblehead, and it's presented by Chevron. sfgiants.com. Here's Buster Posey. Buster's 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. The ball's in 1 strike. Built to follow.
Changeup. We mentioned Musgrave, a former starter, and he's got the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. Prior to this season, he had been in 77 games in his 4-year minor league career. He had started 75 of those games.
Tried to come inside. He did to Buster. Maybe he didn't even want to throw that first strike.
I think he put it right where he wanted in that 0-2 count. Musgrave, one of 4 left-handers the Rockies have in their bullpen. 4.
On the ground to Arenado. Here's Belt. Belt opened up the 6th with a base hit, eventually scored. So he's 1 for 3 in this evening's contest as he waits in the pitch. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. In the dirt.
I think that hit the microphone head on right behind home plate. It's almost like he was trying to do that on purpose.
It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Belt, a little pop up that's going to reach the seats. And a scramble.
Yep.
Not only does he have a good seat, now he's got a souvenir.
That's the $1 million mom smile right there.
Belt, little dribbler. And that'll end the inning. So Musgrave with a very, very nice 7th inning. The Giants had sent 7 men to the plate in the 6th, and Musgrave goes out and gets a 1-2-3 7th inning. This game was delayed at one point by 55 minutes due to rain. So on this Memorial Day, we're just patiently waiting for the PA announcer to announce the singing of, I believe, God Bless America.
As we honor our great country with the performance of God Bless America. Performing God Bless America today, representing the Navy Band Northwest, is Chief Musician Evan Viss. Please welcome Chief Musician Viss and join him by singing along to God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the to the prairie, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Here in Denver, the Giants with a 5-4 lead as Will Smith goes back out to face the top of the order. And that would be Charlie Blackmon, and then Noel Cuevas, and then Nolan Arenado. So here's Blackmon and the pitch. Blackmon has not been that happy with Quinn Wolcott, the home plate umpire tonight. But look, I look at some of the replays, and I think some of those pitches have been strikes.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of the classic case of somebody's going to be mad, right? Either the pitcher's going to be upset or the hitter's going to be upset.
And that's where those pitches were. They were right on the outside corner at the knees, and he goes back and looks at it. I mean, it's close enough that he needs to protect it. Let's put it that way. Sam Dyson heating up.
Tap foul to make it 1-2.
And that's exactly what hitters, pitchers both do after the game. They go back and they look at close pitches they didn't get or pitches that went against them. And a lot of times, I don't even wait till after the game. They'll go back in and find out during the game.
On the ground, foul. Big high hopper.
Yeah, the ball dudes here at Coors Field play commando, no gloves. Oh yeah, Coors Field. The men are men.
You also have to look mean too. Into center field. Blackman's going to open up the inning with a base hit. And here comes the skipper. So it's going to be Dyson coming in. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
$6 million. Download Beat the Streak today in the App Store or on MLB.com/BTS.
Five-4, Giants are leading. Dyson comes in to face the right-handed hitting Noel Cuevas.
Will Smith was going to face Charlie Blackmon, and no matter what happened, Dyson was going to get the ball. As it is, he inherits the ball for the 25th time. Runner at first, nobody out in the ground ball situation, and that is significant because that's exactly what Dyson can give you. A good hard sinker gets you a lot of ground balls. Giants will take one that gets 2 outs right now.
Cuevas is 1 for 3. Blackman's got 4 steals on the year. Remember, Dyson is not that quick to home plate. And you've seen a number of base stealers take advantage of that.
Well, especially when you got a guy like Dyson who's a sinker ball. He's going to put the ball on the ground in all likelihood. Start that runner to try and stay out of the double play. And that's the motivation for Bud Black.
Blackman goes. Posey's got it. His throw on the money. Got him. How about that?
You cannot throw a more perfect strike than that. All Kelby Thomason had to do was catch it.
I mean, that was so good, nobody's even looking at it.
Right on the dot. Take a look at the technique. And it's so important to have a stride step directed to your target. That gives you a straight ball. Crossover, you could throw a 2-seamer, big sinker out there. That was a perfect strike.
Swinging a foul. It's 0-2. Rockies has stolen 16 straight since then. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Cuevas. Swing and a miss. He got it.
Good breaking ball. Good location on 0-2 count. Get in there and dice it, and you're thinking sinker. Well, he's got 4 other things he can do with the ball there. That's a perfect breaking ball right below the zone. And a 3-pitch see ya.
Arenado is 0 for 2. Drew a walk and he scored in the first. And that runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Foul into the second level.
Not often you see him late on a 1-0 fastball. I mean, he swung at that like it was 0-2, not 1-0. And it's an easy trap to fall into if you're a pitcher thinking, man, I just threw it kind of by him. He was late. It's tough to do it a second time. Take a look at the pop time, 1.97 seconds. And from Sam Dyson's perspective, that's about as fast as he can unload it. And he did a good job giving Posey a chance.
Two and two. The ball down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dyson gets the sign. Overshift is on for Arenado. On the right field line, that'll be out of play.
Good, solid 2-strike pitch. You get an advantage in the guy. At 2-2, you have the advantage. You want to make exactly the kind of pitch that Dyson just made to a quality hitter in a 1-run ball game like he just did to Arenado.
Tired of waiting, steps out. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time, that was on Arenado. On the ground, Tomlinson got it, spins, you better hurry. Got him, nice play, and that'll end the inning. It'll be Longoria to lead things off. The San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. By the way, change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. It's a 5-4 lead for the Giants. Musgrave, who had a 1-2-3 inning, goes after Longoria. And a call strike. Longoria's got 2 doubles. With those 2 doubles, he's got 3 RBIs. And he fouls this one back. Crawford on deck. And then Mac Williamson. We've spent too many days and hours and innings in this booth to know that a 1-run lead is not good enough in this park. Into right field. This is playable for Gonzalez. 1 out. And here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. Playing a shot right on the line to McMahon. 2 down.
He's had the atom ball going tonight.
So here's Mac Williamson.
Still solid at bats.
Keep swinging it.
Well, I mean, Brandon Crawford literally has been the hottest man in the month of May in all of baseball.
Williamson takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, you look at the box score tomorrow, it might say 0 for 4, but he's hit the ball hard 3 times.
Tap foul to even the count. To third. Wrong guy to hit it to. Side retired. Musgrave 6 up, 6 down. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Story will hit first.
by Provident Credit Union is here. It's the 12th season of the NBC Sports Bay Area program. It's the All-Star Teacher Program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. They do it every day. Well, 5 have been singled out, and the winner's going to receive $20,000 for his or her school. You need to vote. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com and cast that vote. 5-4 Giants. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Tony Watson in for the 23rd time this year.
Story hit a 3-run home run in the first, reached on an error and scored in the third, and struck out in the 5th. As Blanco is in left, that's a double switch. Blanco will hit in the 9th spot. In tight, 2-0.
Trying to crowd Story. Like to have guys with power get extended. But now he's got to come into him down the count 2-0.
Swing. Ain't gonna miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That changeup is such a neutralizer to right-handed hitters, especially power. You got Story sitting at 2-0 count. He's got drill beads that are literally hitting him on the top of the feet, looking for just a mistake, and all of a sudden here comes that 2-0 changeup, and he's way out in front.
This is going to be out of play on a pop-up down the right field line. It's 2-2.
Backed it up, another changeup. So 2 changeups, definitely set up inside with something hard. Buster called a fastball in, and Watson shook it off. He wants a changeup.
Bounce it back. I think both pitches are probably good pitching to call.
Well, I mean, he obviously loves that changeup to righties. It's been a great pitch for him, but it's set up for a back foot slider. He could bounce a curveball in the dirt. He could come back inside with that fastball again. He got a sneaky arm action, and that fastball can get in on you. Fastball up and in.
3-2.
One thing about Watson, I mean, all the pitches that he has, he'll throw them anytime. Fastball, he gave him away. I mean, it was down and away, but Watson had to come into him. Nice 2-strike at bat for Trevor Story to put him on base to lead things off here. Fastball, and I mean right up the middle. I don't know what the speed on that was, but it was blistered. Went in at 91, it came out at 104.
So here's Gonzalez, 1 for 3. And Gonzalez tries to bunt, and he bunts it foul. Felt like it was there for him to take.
I think if he doesn't bunt that, it hits him.
Yeah, that was running in right on his hands.
He's got him in his book, 3 for 12 with a home run lifetime. Way off the plate.
And a base hit. McCutcheon will throw to the cutoff man. And now the tying runs at third.
No hesitation whatsoever with Trevor Story. Once that ball got through the infield, he was thinking third base. And And with his speed, he makes it easy. Watch Story, the base runner. No hesitation. So the Rockies have it set up the way they want it. The first and third, nobody out. And it's a strikeout situation here for Watson.
Desmond, 1 for 2. Is he? Did I just see that?
I don't even know what's going on. Desmond looking like he's trying to push a bunt on the right side. That Desmond's got good power. I mean, he's got 9 home runs and 25 RBIs coming into this game.
His numbers against Watson: 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts.
If I'm him, I'm probably bunting too then. Strike a guy out 5 times, you know how to strike him out.
Belt. Well, if you can get Desmond here, then you got a shot with a double play ball. Oh, 2. To right field. McCutcheon coming in. He's going to make the running catch. It's going to tie the game. And it's 5-5.
Pretty nice at bat there from Desmond to get that fly ball. And a very solid play from McCutcheon to go a long way to snag it. I mean, that could have been a whole lot worse than just a sac fly that ties the game.
So here's Iannetta.
Given the 0 for 7, 5 strikeout history, this is a 2-strike nasty pitch, a changeup on the outside corner. And Desmond finds a way to get it out there deep enough to get the job done. That's a good at bat.
Here's Iannetta with a swing. You're going to miss. Iannetta has only faced Watson a couple of times. He's 1 for 2.
Two pitches, 2 changeups, 2 swing throughs. I'd like to know what the conversation is that Iannetta's having with himself in the dugout or in the batter's box after he swung through the second changeup. Maybe he's thinking about, I don't want to go back to the dugout.
He's thinking about, is he going to throw me 3 in a row? Nope.
Ooh, I thought he swung there. That was close. Talking about tying a guy up at knots, though. 2 changeups, sets up a fastball in. Let's see, did he swing? No. Good call.
On the ground, foul. Giants fans ended up with him.
He brought his glove. He's ready.
Up the middle. Watson's got it. And that'll be a double play to end the inning. Game is tied. Ninth inning coming up. Another for game 2 of this 3-game series. The pregame live, the hour-long pregame live will start at 4:30. We'll have the game for you at 5:30 back in the Bay Area. And you can see it right here on NBC Sports Bay Area, streaming live on the NBC Sports app. The closer is in the game. It's a 5-5 ball game. And that would mean that that's Wade Davis when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Take a look at what he has done in 23 games. 18 saves on the year, 25 strikeouts and 22 innings, just 12 hits allowed. One flaw, 9 walks. He can get a wild hair up his nose. Good stuff. You're talking low to mid 90s at fastball, curveball, and a slider. All can strike you out.
And a bluff of a bunt, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Tomlinson's had a nice little game. He's got 2 hits. He's 2 for 3. And Desmond with a nice play. 1 out. And here's Blanco. Gregor Blanco batting for the first time. You see his numbers. Trying to get on for Jorquis Hernandez. And a strike.
Nice way to take out strike 1 with that curveball. It's not the pitch you're going to look for in the first pitch against Davis. Just missed with the slider. But you can see the quality of the 2 breaking balls. One at 81 miles an hour, the other at 89. Both quick, both big. And both with downward movement.
1-2.
Curveball, slider, curveball. Now if you're Blanco, it's fight.
You got to fight. You're right. On the ground to second, where McMahon has it. 2 outs. For the Giants, think about how quiet they've been. Musgrave went 6 up, 6 down. Davis now retires the first 2 hitters. So here's Gorkis Hernandez. Two for 4 with a line out to first for Gorkis. Outside, 1-0. This is his home run in the 3rd inning. Very high, towering home run.
Just a cutter that Bettis left middle in the strike zone. They set the target away, and that's a mistake. And Hernandez is not missing him.
2-0. I mean, he becomes a threat now to think that he can hit one out any time.
He's got 6. Why wouldn't he feel that way? He's got a 2-0 count.
Well, it's 2-1 as Hernandez chases one that is not a strike.
Yeah, that's one you're going to have a conversation with yourself about.
The 2-1 pitch. Here it is.
I'll say this about Wade Davis and Gorkis Hernandez. Davis is pitching him very, very carefully. McCutchen on deck. About 3 good takes in that at bat. I can't explain the 2-0 swing, but everything else was solid. Gives you an idea how he's seeing the strike zone. And Davis wants to know where was that. But the Giants get a base runner and they get a base stealer.
And with the gaps the way they are, now you can score a run with a guy on first. McCutchen is 1 for 4.
And Davis is slow out of the stretch.
Foul. Got a breaking ball, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
I had him at 1.46. That's very slow. 1.25 is that's the average. The equalizer is the arm that Iannetta has. He's got a cannon. Catcher for the Rockies.
Gorkis started to go, and then he put on the brakes, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
A little quicker from Davis that time.
Yeah, I don't think Gorkis would have had a good jump. Average lead for Gorkis Hernandez at first. Chase him back. 2 ground balls and a walk. Lester waiting on deck. Belt at the top step. The pitch. 1-2.
Oh, he was late. .95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's by him.
Keep an eye on Hernandez with a count of 1-2. He does not go, and it's low. 2-2.
That's a great pitch, and that is a great take. That is exactly where Davis gets a lot of strikeouts. Oh, that's explosive, and that didn't miss the strike zone by much. That's a 91-mile-an-hour slider. That pitch there is what makes him a closer.
A little bigger lead for Gorkis Hernandez, but not much. Runner goes in the dirt, and Hernandez steals it.
Yeah, he picked a good one. Break a ball in the dirt. Advantage base runner.
Three and two.
Oh, easy take. We talked about Davis can get a wild hair up his nose, and that was an example of it. So Iannetta is going to come out and use up a mound visit, and it's to do nothing more than calm his frustrated closer down.
So Buster, who singled in the first, reached on an error in the third, bounced out in the fifth and in the seventh. He and Davis do not have a lot of history, only one at bat. 1-0. Davis looking into Iannetta. Gorkis Hernandez with a good lead at second. And a foul off the backstop to even the count. So it's a ball and a strike. Foul, third base side, 1-2. Come in with a breaking ball in.
A little bit of a hanger there. I mean, I don't think that was the design of that pitch. They wanted that thing to go away. I was just got some hang, but it was just, it hung a little too much off the plate in.
So it's 1-2. Out of play, spoiled a good pitch.
Oh, again, 91-mile-an-hour break. Posey, no cheek at all, just a protective, get a piece up and stay alive hack on a quality pitch.
A good battle. Davis, Posey. And it hit him. So the bases are loaded.
Looked like it grazed off his left hand. So another example of wildness. Goes up and in. Indeed, it hit him right on the top of the left hand.
Mound visit.
Another one used up by Ionetta.
Well, here's Belt. Belt and Davis have only 2 at-bat history.
See the bottom hand, the left hand just skimming across the knuckle.
But the thing about Belt, he's got such a good eye. So Hernandez, McCutcheon, and Posey are your base runners.
He may try and cherry pick here on this first pitch.
He may lay down a bunt. On the ground, foul. If that's fair, it's an out. No balls and 1 strike.
You can see what he's thinking though. 2 walks, a hit batsman. Bases loaded. Davis going to get in that strike zone. I mean, he was ready for it.
So we've gotten 23 pitches out of Davis. One ball and 1 strike. Now trying to take the lead here in the 9th. Foul. Look out. Right over Longoria. It's 1 and 2.
Right on the fastball at 95.
Giants have their leading RBI man at the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Good block, 2 and 2.
Good pitch, good block, good take. Well, breaking balls at that velocity and with that much tilt on him, I mean, that's just not an easy take. As I mentioned before, I mean, he's got 3 pitches and they can all strike you out. They're all swing and miss pitches.
Two and 2. And this is going to end the inning on the soft line drive to McMahon. McMahon is going to lead things off.
Now tonight, Andy Suarez really had a quality start. He gave up a 3-run homer in the first, and then after that, he shut him down, gave up 1 earned run, and he struck out 7. And you can take a look at the location with the breaking ball, which was very solid. He got a lot of strikeouts with that. And he also set it up beautifully with his corner pitching with his fastball. Here he goes inside to get a swing and a miss. And for Andy Suarez, who had had 3 rough starts coming into tonight, he's got to feel very, very good about how he threw the ball.
So Watson stays in the game, and it's Ryan McMahon, the left-handed hitter, to lead things off. And the first pitch is wide. McMahon. And then Daniel Castro. And the pitch is wide again, 2-0. Watson needs to come in. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Man taken all the way. So easy to fall into the home run derby mindset here in a tie ball game at Coors Field.
2-2. And the 2-2 offering. Got him on 3 pitches. 1 out.
And 3 pitches where he didn't even swing. That's a hard at bat to explain. First strikeout for Watson. And all this tells you is he's guessing with a 2-strike count, and he's looking for a breaking ball he never got. And that's the look that says, I guess wrong.
Here's Dahl. So they pulled Castro back. I saw a lot of Dahl in San Francisco. And the Rockies think very highly of this kid as he fouls this one out of play. Blackman to follow. Swinging a foul again, nothing in 2.
Yeah, he was not only trying to hit a home run, he was trying to hit one in the 3rd deck. And we saw him in San Francisco. I mean, he never had an overswing like that.
No. Oh, 2 pitch. Here it is. And it's wide. 1-2. And he's playing defensively straight away. And there's a little pop-up out of play. So Watson rubbing up a new baseball. John's trying to get it to the 10th. Ooh, 2-2.
Well, that's a good remark. I don't think you can describe it any better than that. 2 things cross your mind. Number 1, why wasn't that a strike? And number 2, why didn't the guy swing with it in a 1-2 count?
Buster set out there again. And this is flared to left, and that's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Now he fights it off, and Dahl is a guy that can steal a base.
Yeah, that's a Coors Field hit right there. So here's Blackman. Blackman's 1 for 4. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes. Tomlinson, Crawford. Double play depth. Strickland is ready to go. To left field. Blanco will put it away. 2 outs. And here's Cuevas.
So Bochy's going to let Watson finish it. And this is confidence that he has in Watson to get out not only lefties but righties too. I mean, he's earned that throughout his career. If he gets past Cuevas, I don't know if he'll let him pitch to Arenado.
Swing. Ain't gonna miss.
Bochy would love to have Watson finish this inning out, and he would still have his closer if the Giants took the lead at the top of the 10th.
Bottom of the 9th.
Good changeup. You cannot throw a better changeup in a better location. When you throw one like this, if you're Buster Posey, you're thinking, I got to throw another one of those. Check the runner. See that thumb go out of the catcher, and he's going to first.
And they got him picked off. Belt's got it. His throw to Crawford. In time as Crawford dropped it. And Dahl is hurt. Dahl is hurt. He went into the bag very hard. And those bases do not move. Bud Black now reaching.
Let's take a look at the left leg.
Ouch.
Crawford puts a tag on him here.
Here's where he hits it.
Look like the right ankle. Once it goes up the shin, it could be anywhere. No, it's just his left foot. He's favoring, and that's the contact he made with Crawford. It could be a stinger. He's trying to walk it off.
It's an important, absolutely important spot to be in if you're the potential winning run at second base.
I mean, Bud Black's got 2 guys that he can go to. He's got Castro, as you mentioned, and he's got Tony Wolters, the catcher, who's got good speed. If Dahl can't go. his left leg is tucked in there, and that's the contact point that he made with Crawford. Interesting, Crawford never even rubbed his leg. I think he just wound up being a shin burger.
Yeah, maybe. So they ruled that a stolen base?
Yes, they did.
It's 0-2 to Cuevas, and now, hey, Rockies are thinking, you know what, we can go home. Watson saying, I don't think so. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, there's another changeup. Nothing sets up a changeup more than a 3-minute wait. And Cuevas did well to fight that one off.
This will be pitch number 34 for Watson. And it's high, 1-2.
I think Mustapozzi wanted that just to cleanse the palate of the eye. Cuevas seeing a lot of soft stuff down below the strike zone away here. So a 91-mile-an-hour fastball above the strike zone. That kind of sets up the lower part of the zone or below the zone again.
This will be out to Blanco, and it should end the inning. And it does. So we'll head to the 10th inning. Here at Coors Field, it's 5-5.
AT&T, official sponsor for Extra Innings.
It's a 5-5 game. We've had a rain delay to start this game, and now we've got extra innings. Brian Shaw is the new pitcher as he comes in to pitch the 10th.
Don't let that 6.04 fool you. This guy is nasty. A couple bumps in the road for a reliever. You can bump up your ERA with a bump or two. But what he brings in is unique. It's a mid-90s cutter and a hard slider.
Well, Longoria is going to lead things off. He's had 2 doubles in this game, one that knocked in a pair, a 2-out double, and then another one that knocked in 1 run in the 6th inning. So he will lead things off. A couple guys that faced each other in the American League. Strike, and it's 0-1.
And that's a 94-mile-an-hour cut as advertised in a perfect location.
Base hit.
And for a right-handed hitter, that's how you beat cut. I mean, you think the opposite way.
First hit Longoria's ever had against Shaw. He's now 1 for 9 lifetime. And here's Crawford. Crawford's hitless, but he's had good at bats. What's new? Austin Jackson's grabbed a bat. He's on deck. Crawford takes low. 1 ball and no strikes.
Brian Shaw, a pitcher that really inspired by Mariano Rivera. Realized that, hey, I've got that type of velocity with that cut movement, and it propelled him to the big leagues.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 2 balls and no strikes.
If there's such thing as a magic pitch, and a mid-90s cut's just about it. When you have a guy that could throw it on both sides of the plate like Rivera could do it, I mean, that was, you couldn't guess with him.
Crawford wraps one into center field. That's a base hit.
Another bullet off the bat of Brandon Crawford.
All right, so now you got Austin Jackson, and Bruce Bochy's got a decision to make.
I mean, you look at what Brian Shaw has done lifetime against Jackson. He's faced him a lot, and Jackson's hit him well. Hit 364, 4 for 11 with a couple of doubles and a triple.
Time for a conference. 2 of them going on. Black on the mound and Wotus with Jackson.
All right, there's your mound visits. They don't put a number up there. They put a black cube, and when you use one up, they take it away. So, Rockies with 3 left, the Giants with 5. And the 3 mound visits have all happened in the last 2 innings for the Rockies.
Yes, they have. So here's Jackson. And a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
So Bruce Bochy, and we see this a lot. He'll put a bunt on, and then he'll take it off. Or he'll go up there after a guy swings at a first pitch fastball, then he'll put it back on. I mean, he's not setting his mind as to when he wants to put the bunt on. But given the history that Jackson's had against Shaw, you know, it's got to be in the back of the mind of Bruce Bochy.
I say this all the time. A guy that's hard to hit, it's hard to bunt too.
Well, Desmond's very good at first base, and he's got a very strong arm.
Who are you?
Ideally, you should try and bunt the ball to third base, but a 94-mile-an-hour cut is not an easy pitch to bunt to third base.
So is the count 1 and it's now 1 and 2. So Jackson now will swing away. Taps this one, and Desmond's going to go to third, and they got him. Desmond's throw is a little offline, but Arenado either stayed on a bag or tagged him one way or the other. You don't see too many 3-5 plays, but here's one.
Well, and there's the example of the arm we're talking about. I mean, that's a laser. And they did indeed get him. Nice play with the tag put on by Arenado at the back end of that play.
So here's Tomlinson, who's 2 for 4. Had a nice at bat against Davis, but he hit it right at Desmond in the ninth.
A little bit better average speed with Crawford, but he's not going to get a 2-out jump here. The best arm that the Rockies have is in right field, and they're playing Carlos Gonzalez in right shallow, thinking that Kelby Tomlinson's going to go to right field with whatever he hits here because of the cut that he's going to see from Shaw.
To Tomlinson. Crawford at second, and the pitch is low. Crawford and Jackson are your base runners. Couple of hits to open up the inning. And a foul. Right field line and out of play. One and two. Shaw, and it's rolled foul, and it just now kicks foul.
Kind of smothered that breaking ball.
So spirited at bat from Tomlinson here in the top of the 10th inning. Most of the crowd is hung around. There's at one point 32,409. This will be pitch number 14 from Shaw. Here it is. On the ground. They'll only get one. So Blanco's going to hit with runners at first and third. And we're back into the spot again where the Giants need something to happen with 2 outs.
That 2-out knock. Significant though, in that Crawford does get to third base. And for Shaw, if he's thinking about trying to throw a slider in the dirt, he may have second thoughts about it. But that is a strikeout pitch for him, especially the lefties.
Blanco in his only at bat came against Davis in the ninth, and he grounded out to second. Foul. Some balls in that strike. That's the cutter running in on the hands of those left-handed hitters. Big fella's coming up. We go to the bottom of the 10th. If you can't find Plus, log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com or call your TV provider. It's a 5-5 game, and the new pitcher is Hunter Strickland.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Strickland. 24th time that he's come in. Had a very solid first half. 21 base runners allowed in 22 innings, with averaging a strikeout an inning.
Fans are still hanging in there. And it'll be Strickland against Arenado. Arenado takes a strike. Arenado 0 for 3.
Opens it up, a fastball at 96 on the outside corner. Perfect location.
Low on deck is Story. So said this was the beef, and it is. It's the defense.
Now, we always talk about the home run derby that an extra inning game can become, and especially in a ballpark that's as live as this one. Well, this is the part of the lineup they think home run derby every time they step in the batter's box. It's going to have to be a tie ball game in the bottom of the 10th.
Two balls and one strike. Strickland replaces Watson. It's 3-1.
Now he's got to come to him.
Arenado knows it. And the walk.
Yes, good pitch. It's one that Strickland wanted. And missed by inches. 3-1. You got to get in that strike zone. Yeah. Now you got to pitch through it.
So here's Story. Story's had 2 hits, 1 a home run, a 3-run home run in the first. And he rips at this one and fouls it back.
Good first fastball hitter, and he had one to hit there. One thing from Strickland's perspective is you don't have to worry about anybody bunt. This is not the bunt part of the lineup.
Story 2 for 8 lifetime against Hunter Strickland. Pretty good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. We are in the 10th.
You can't completely ignore Arenado at first. That's a big 90 feet. You've got to make sure that he stopped before you come home if you're Strickland.
He's not showing signs that he's going to go, as this is fouled out of play, but he's a really smart player.
Well, really, all you have to do, the last thing you do before you go home is just give a look. Just hold him there. Make sure he's stopped. Don't let him walk into a lead.
Gonzalez on deck. Strickland doing some work on his cleats. One and two. High to center field. Now Arnado's going to go back and tag. As Hernandez catches, and Arenado is going to make it.
So they do get a productive out of it. They do move them into scoring position. Take a look at the breaking ball, just kind of laid out there, and Story, he's heading back to the Rockies dugout thinking he just missed it. It backed up. Hernandez has got a pretty good arm, but even from that depth, the arm not enough to stop Arenado from advancing to second.
Giants are going to walk Gonzalez. And here's Desmond. Desmond lifetime against Strickland is 0 for 8. No balls and 1 strike. Giants with 12 hits in this game. The Rockies with 9. They are in the 10th. Good pitch, nothing in 2.
Watch the breaking ball on 0-1 count. Just take up that inside corner.
To right field. McCutchen dives. He can't hang on. He's going to throw home, and the bases are loaded. So a base hit for Desmond. And here's Iannetta.
Now another breaking ball. This catches a little bit too much strike zone. The second time tonight we see Desmond in a 2-strike count go to right field. Not an aggressive swing at all, just trying to make contact.
Sometimes those balls will just carry right on out to the outfielder. So Iannetta, Giants with the infield in. And with the fast infield, they have to play all the way in. And Iannetta takes a strike.
Nice pitch. It's tough to get one by Iannetta on the inside corner. I mean, he's quick that side of the plate. And that bunched him up. So that's a big 0-1. Now he's got 2 pitches. I mean, he's pitching for the strikeout, plain and simple.
Up the middle. And that's the ball game. So in the 10th inning, the Colorado Rockies, with the help of a leadoff walk, leadoff walks always seem to hurt, and it hurts in this one. Although the Giants played a nice ball game, in the end it doesn't matter. They lose 6-5.
You're right. It doesn't matter, and their woes continue on this road trip. And for Hunter Strickland, I mean, he knows the deal. I mean, a leadoff walk, even to a guy with power that you're trying to be careful with, is not something that you can get away with. And it came back and it really haunted him tonight.
So game 1 of this 3-game series goes to the Rockies. And the final score, Rockies 6, Giants 5. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Giants postgame live presented by Toyota starts right now.